So let's start with your character. If you can tell us a little bit about who you play and where he is right now.
My character is Rusty Griswold. He is the son of legendary Clark Griswold, played by Chevy Chase in the original Vacation movies. My character, Rusty, was an adolescent in those movies and played by a lot of great actors, Anthony Michael Hall, Ethan Embry, Johnny Galecki, and now he's an adult. And he's got his own family, married to Debbie, Christina Applegate, who's brilliant, and two sons who are, one is very sort of artsy, and the other one is very macho. Ironically, the big one is artsy and the little one is macho, so there's kind of this inverted bullying dynamic between them that's both delightful and horrifying. That's the family unit.
What is the Griswold approach to a family vacation?
The Griswold approach to a family vacation is get in the car and just go, and don't stop. Don't lose hope. Just hold on for dear life, no matter what. And for some reason, the Griswolds can't catch a break. Just everything goes wrong. But I think part of that comes from Rusty's bad judgment in certain situations. But what I love about Rusty is he just always gets him back in the car. It's always, we're gonna do this. We're gonna succeed at being happy.
Now this film, it honors the vacation films prior to this one, but it also stands alone. Can you talk about how that?
Sure. When I first got the script to do this movie, I was pretty apprehensive. I didn't think I wanted to do it because the original Vacation movies are so sacred to me and to a lot of people. And I just felt like they didn't need to be messed with. But then I read the script and I realized, oh, this isn't a remake. We're not still in that Clark Griswold world. This is Rusty, all grown up, and it's a brand new family on a brand new adventure, a completely new story. So that suddenly got me really excited, and I felt like it was this really kind of fun opportunity to play in the Griswold universe, but also carve out our own world and our own characters. And that I think is what we've accomplished, and I'm insanely proud of it. And having Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo pop in for a scene as the grandparents was really the ultimate affirmation for all of us. When they showed up on set, it was like the king and queen have arrived, and we had such a good time shooting with them. And I'm really proud of the result.
That's great. There's a great cast here all around. So can you talk about working with Christina and working with some of the other actors that are in the film?
This was an absolute dream cast, top to bottom. There are so many funny people in this movie. Even in sort of these small, fun little cameo parts, Charlie Day and Nick Kroll and Caitlin Olsen and Tim Heidecker, just some of my favorite comedy actors were excited to just come in and play for a day or two. Keegan-Michael Key just demolishes this dinner scene. It's so funny. Leslie Mann, who I think is one of the funniest people on earth, she is just a machine gun of improvisational genius, and it was a really fun process. I think and the kids, Skylar Gisondo and Steele Stebbins play the two kids. They might be the funniest thing in the movie. when I was their age, I wanted to be funny, and I've worked really hard at it, and I've gotten to where I am through lots of hard work and deliberation. These guys, they're so natural. They just nail it, and they're so good. Christina Applegate plays my wife, and she is the most effortless performer I've ever worked with. It just comes right out of her so organically. There's a fun sort of snark to her that's just sort of a little naughty or something. She's just really funny that way, but there's also underneath it an undeniable kindness that just makes you fall in love with her. The big surprise of this movie is Chris Hemsworth, who is obviously devastatingly handsome, not so obviously damn funny, a really funny actor. I think none of us really expected those scenes to be as funny as they were. He has this great scene with a sight gag in his underwear, and I think it looks funny. It's a funny visual, but the reason that the whole scene is funny is because Chris Hemsworth owns it. He just gives this brilliantly clueless kind of swagger performance that is spot on. So the cast, dream cast, unbelievable.
Let's talk about the directors. This Jonathan and John, it's their first directing debut. How is that working? How are they as directors?
Sure. I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of phenomenal directors over the years, and there's always a little trepidation working with first-time directors because, in the case of John and Jonathan, I knew that creatively they were brilliant. I didn't have any worries about that. But there's this sort of intangible thing that a director needs to have, which is really strong leadership on a set. You have to be able to drive a movie, and you have to control a lot of departments who are, working together, and it's a lot of moving pieces. It's a very demanding, tough job, and it takes a lot of leadership. That was the part I was nervous about. They were incredible. They had so much confidence. And I started making fun of them. I was like, where did you guys are so arrogant. How are you this confident? This is your first movie. Maybe cool it a little bit. But they were so relaxed, and it put everyone at ease. It put me at ease. It put the whole cast and crew at ease because they knew what they wanted. They knew how to communicate it to the crew and to the cast. And you trusted their instincts because their jokes are so funny and their visuals work. We'd go back and watch playback on the monitors, and yeah, that looks good. Like that's gonna work. So I think that these guys have a phenomenal career ahead of them. However this movie does, they have established themselves as great directors.
Agreed. Lastly, what is your personal vacation philosophy? Do you think it's about the journey, or is it the destination?
I look at vacations in two categories. There's the one category of, I've been working so hard, I just need to unplug and check out and relax and go to a beach somewhere. And then there's I want to go get stimulated and visit a place I've never been and learn something and meet weird new people. And I love that category. So I guess my vacation philosophy is kind of scare yourself a little bit, go out of your comfort zone, expose yourself to new things, new people, new food, new languages, new geography, and just drink up the world. I think it makes us better citizens.
Great. That was awesome.